Hi viewers, welcome to the 424 Soccer channel. Today was the last day for the group matches in groups A and B. Now, let us see how it all went. The headline news: the Dutch coach, Louis van Gaal, has the longest unbeaten run in the World Cup history. He has won 7 matches out of 10. No other coach has had that long stretch without being defeated. 10 matches. The Netherlands and Senegal qualify from Group A for the round of 16. USA held on to a 1-0 lead against Iran to join England in qualifying for the round of 16. In other news, Chelsea is close to signing the French striker known as Christopher Nkunku, who plays in the German Bundesliga for RB Leipzig. And in this World Cup, there are 2 star players in Qatar 2002 without clubs. Guess who? Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez. And by January, we know things will change because these are very good players that shouldn't, stay without a club. I know some clubs will snatch them up as soon as possible. Now let us see how match day 10 went, because now we know who is going home and who is continuing in the tournament. In the first match, Ecuador took on Senegal. Remember, if you had watched this channel yesterday, we predicted that Senegal would win the match. We predicted that Senegal will be all out today to win the match. And we predicted Senegal to carry the day by 2-1. And that is how it ended. So we got it right in the first match. So the scorers for Senegal were Ismail Assar, who plays for Watford in England, and Kalidou Koulibaly, who is a Chelsea defender. So 2 goals from Senegal, and then 1 goal scored by Caicedo, who plays for Brighton Albion in the English Premier League. So it was all players from England making the scores for Senegal and Ecuador. Now, how did the second match end between Netherlands and Qatar? True to type, yesterday we predicted that Netherlands will carry the day because it was just a formality for Qatar to play the match. They were out of the competition. They are the host country. They needed to just line out there, play the 90 minutes at least to know that they participated graciously. So we predicted that Netherlands would carry the day by 2-0, and that is how it ended. So Netherlands 2, Qatar 0. Now the goals for Netherlands were scored by Gakpo. This is his 3rd goal in 3 matches in the World Cup. So I'm sure he will be a hot cake before the World Cup is over. And then the second goal for the Netherlands was scored by Frankie de Jong, spelled J-O-N-G, but pronounced Young. He plays for FC Barcelona. So it ended Netherlands 2 and Qatar 0. So true to our prediction. Now the third, in Group B, the England, Iran, Wales, and USA group. There were 2 matches today played simultaneously at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, Iran versus USA, how did it go? The match was frantic. The match was hectic. It was end-to-end. all the players gave their best in the two teams. Historically, they wanted to, show the world that they can do it. USA, as we said, needed to win to qualify. A draw would have been good enough for the Iranians to qualify. So USA did so well. And we predicted that USA would win the match by 1-0. And it came to pass, 1-0. So scored by Christian Pulisic, although he was injured and couldn't continue in the second half. So Christian Pulisic scored the goal for England, 1-0 as we prayed. I'm sorry, scored the goal for USA, 1 goal as we predicted. Now the other game was between Wales and England. We predicted that England would carry the day by 2-0. But guess what? England added one more goal to my prediction, and it ended 3 goals to England and 0 to Wales. So what would I say? All the teams we predicted yesterday won the match, and 3 of the teams won by the exact scoreline we predicted. England won, but wasn't the scoreline we predicted, right? And again, England, the goal scored by England, Marcus Rashford scored the first goal in the 50th minute. Phil Foden quickly followed it up in the 51st minute, and Rashford again scored the second goal, the third goal, but the second for him on the 68th minute. Guess what? That goal scored by Marcus Rashford in the 68th minute became the 100th goal scored by England in the World Cup history. For England, so since England started World Cup, so that is the 100th goal, by England in the World Cup. Now, that is something to remember. Now, let us look at match day 11, November 30. Now, this is, there are going to be 4 matches rather, played simultaneously, because FIFA doesn't want any team to concede or look at what the first match was and then try to play give in, in a very good way, I would say. So Group D, there are 2 matches that will be played. Group D, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be the match between Tunisia versus France. At the same time, Australia will take on Denmark, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, what are the predictions? Tunisia 0, France 0. Now, why the match will end in a 0-0 draw between Tunisia and France is because France has already qualified. So they will save their strength. They may play a second string of the 11, and then rest maybe very important players for the knockout stage. So because of that, I expect the French to take it easy because they have already qualified. They only need a draw, to still top the group, because the second team in the group is Australia. Australia has 3 points. So even if Australia wins their match, if they win their match, they will have 6. And if France draw, France will have 7 and will still be on top of the group. So Tunisia will need to win and hope that Australia loses to qualify. And now, in the next match, Australia versus Denmark, I predict Denmark to win. Denmark will win Australia by 1 goal. By 1 goal will be Denmark 1, Australia 0. Now, Australia, if Denmark needs to win to qualify, so Denmark will go all out tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they will have 4 points, and Australia will have 3 points, and so will be out. So Denmark will go all out. Australia just needs to draw to qualify. And so if Australia draws with Denmark, Australia will end up having 4 points, and so will qualify. Now, but if Australia draws with Denmark and Tunisia wins France by a very high margin, which is improbable, then Australia will be out. So my prediction for the two groups, France and Denmark, will go through. Even though Denmark is number 3 in the group now, is third in the group. France has 6 points, Australia 3 points, Denmark 1 point, Tunisia 1 point. So, but I expect the Danes to come out smoking tomorrow to win the match, right, to qualify. Now in Group C, Poland will take on Argentina, while Saudi Arabia will take on Mexico. Now this is the prediction. In that group, I predict Argentina to go through with Saudi Arabia. Look at it, how it will go. Argentina will defeat Poland by 2-0. Argentina will go all out tomorrow because all the teams in Group C can qualify if they win. Poland presently has 4 points. Argentina has 3 points. Saudi Arabia has 3 points. Mexico has 1 point. Now, the permutation is that any team there, any two can qualify. So there is no room for any slackness or complacency. So Argentina will go all out. Argentina knows this might be the last year Lionel Messi may play in the World Cup, because he's 35 years. The next World Cup he will be 39 if he will still be playing. So they will go all out, and Argentina will beat Poland. Poland is in with 4 points, but if Argentina beats Poland, Argentina will have 6 points. Now, Saudi Arabia will beat Mexico because Saudi has 3 points while Mexico has 1 point. Saudi will do everything possible. They have the crowd. They are next door to Qatar. They have the crowd, the so-called, team support, and crowd support. So Saudi will predicted to beat Mexico by 2-1. Now, this is how it will happen. The Mexicans will try to rush the Saudis, and they will leave some spaces behind. That is when the Saudis will capitalize on those mistakes to score. And the Mexicans will again open the door, thinking that, coming all out to equalize and then score. And again, they may open the door for another Saudi goal. So, and then if Saudi scores, they may close the shop. And so it might end up Saudi, most likely, because Saudi, they have a very sound coach, young coach, who knows how to motivate teams. So I expect Saudi Arabia with 3 points, who can easily, because the only way Saudi will qualify is if they beat Mexico, because Argentina beats Poland and the match ends in a draw between Saudi and Mexico, then Poland will still have an edge over Saudi, because Poland will have a positive goal aggregate than Saudi's goals aggregate. So expect the Saudis to beat the Poles tomorrow. So, guys, please subscribe to the 424 Soccer channel, for your updates, analysis, predictions, and many more. Click the notification button and like the video. Now, you can also drop your comment and let us see what you think will happen tomorrow, March the 11th, November 30, final group stage matches for groups D and C. Thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.